a child who was kidnapped and raised among the Goyim, that we understand. That still is a common, not very common, but within the Jewish people, but it's a common thing around the world that between tribes, in war zones, kids are and families are misplaced and they're raised in a different culture. But the second example that the Gemara brings for one who doesn't know that Shabbat is forbidden is very intriguing. Goy shenidgayer ben hagoyim, a non-Jew who converted while living among non-Jewish people. Think about the reality of today, how a conversion works, and what the Gemara says, and you say, wait a second. A non-Jew can convert among non-Jews? Who was the bedin? Who's the converter? Right. He's not convertible, right? How can one convert ben hagoyim? He doesn't live among Jews. And not only that, because he converted among non-Jews, he didn't know that Shabbat is forbidden, that you can do work on Shabbat. So, compare it to today, when someone is about to have a conversion, the first question that is being asked, or she being asked, how do you keep Shabbat? If you don't know how to keep Shabbat, and the rabbis grill the person, so what about cooking? What about this? How do you prepare your house for Shabbat? And they go through the whole thing. And here comes a person who grew up in a completely non-Jewish environment, and he says, I'm Jewish. They ask him, how are you Jewish? I converted. I decided to be Jewish. Very nice. How do you keep Shabbat? I said, what do you mean? What is Shabbat? Never heard of it. I said, okay, you have to bring a korban. You made a mistake, you have to bring a korban. You're Jewish, you have to bring a korban. So that shows us that in the original halacha, from the time of the Bible, the time of the Tanakh, converting to Judaism was not about a process, an interview, a bedin, not even Brit Milah. Brit Milah came later, after you become Jewish, and after you keep all the mitzvot, you have to do Brit Milah. You could still survive without Brit Milah for about a year. If you converted right after Pesach, you have till next Pesach to do it, because one cannot celebrate Pesach without having a Brit Milah, and one is not allowed not to celebrate Pesach, so eventually he will have to do it. Exactly. So, other than that, people could have converted among, just they heard about Judaism, so what do they know? They know El Echad. They know that there's one God, and En Lo Guf, En Lo Demutaguf, he has no physical representation. Just interesting comment that we see here through the discussion of the Gemara, that they thought of this possibility. Therefore, we have groups of Jewish people, whether there be what we call Maranos, or the Ethiopian Jews, or Judaism was questioned. According to that, there's no question. They know what Judaism is in general, even if by practice certain things are different, they're considered Jewish. Anyway.